Alright folks, so I have been very lazy with the shop updates lately, so I figured I better get to it. Colt's bike, Dennis takes the weekends off during the summer because his son is out of school. It's the only opportunity him, his wife, and his son get to be together, so completely understandable. He'll be back tomorrow and we'll do all the drivability and finish up E85 and switch over to gasoline. This little Gixxer was dropped off a while ago, last week, with the rod knock. I pulled the motor just to get it out and get the bearing codes. This is going to go to storage. The motor is over there chilling. It won't get touched for a little while. I just wanted to get the crank and everything ordered and in a box with the motor, so when it is ready to go, I'm not waiting on parts. 3 shims missing from this motor. I need 325 shims, and then I can go ahead and throw the dial indicators on it, verify that it is at the correct cam angles that I'd like to run, and I can get rid of the little wizard, fire this thing up, and get it going. I am rushing as hard as I can on that. Parts on this, I'm waiting to hear from Quino. It is Sunday. I'm not going to bother the man on Sunday. I will bug him tomorrow. But Quino, up there with All Things Chrome in them, has a bunch of ZX14s floating around that he's parted out, so I'm going to see if he's got the parts I need, because they refunded them because they got back ordered on the back order on the back order, and they weren't going to get them to me. So I just need to get those parts. Still waiting on the carburetors to come back from Paul Gas for this. Brett is slightly backburnered. Not completely. Once this one's done, then Brett comes out. As soon as that one's off the dyno, that one goes on the dyno. And if I can get that ironed out and done, it is going home. Boost X Turbo is out at Comp right now, waiting for a call from Comp to send them payment and get that all squared away. Then I'll go ahead and just knock that one out. That's not a huge project in all reality. It's a max install. And I got to get rid of the little pods up on the dash because they aren't going to mean anything anymore, and get him set up with M-Dash so he'll have it digital. And I got to add one line there. So the biggest part of all this is I got to pull the plenum off, and I got to change out the fuel system for one that will handle E85 up to 500 and change. Not a big deal at all. I'll get it all squared away. Most of the stuff that needs done is just taking stuff off. 1441, I went ahead and added 10 thou base, knocked it down in the hole to knock the compression out of it. This motor was 15-to-1 compression. I'm going to go ahead and slip this in here for a look so you can see it. Alright, this is my new fancy pants, by the way. So this motor was 15-to-1 compression. It has the most physically possible skimmed off the head. So I went ahead and threw some bass in it to make up for that. There's 25 off the head. I threw 10 more bass in it to try and kind of counteract it. Got the cam set at 108 right now. I might finesse it. I might finesse this out to 110. I don't know. I've been working with my brand new freaking Stromsky Racing gauge set. It works freaking awesome. In any case, I want to fire this one back up tomorrow. I'm going to check the timing and everything on this, because it seems, looking at the valves, the exhaust valves are hot. It was 15-to-1 and it started on 12 volts, which tells me something's up. It was lazy. The pipe shows heat from hell. I'm going to say there's a timing issue here. Something has the timing off. I'm going to double check that it doesn't have a crank sensor flipped or something, because that is a possibility. And we'll move on from there, but I got to go get the bike out of storage to do that. But that's where we're at right now. I'm going to go ahead and probably get out of here for the day. It is getting late in the day. Probably hook up these lines and such. But it is getting late in the day. I am on a diet. So if you can't tell, I'm slightly lacking energy because diets suck. They really do. Speaking of, that just reminded me I need to grab this stupid freaking power cord. I want to add my freaking toaster. Not my toaster. My freaking coffee maker back at the house. Because coffee has less calories than Red Bull and other energy drinks, and it's better for you at burning calories and da-da-da-da. Anyway, I'm going to drink coffee again. So I needed this. But that's what we got going on. Scotty came by and short blocked his motor today. He's got some fork seals he's going to do later in the week, along with a few other things. But that's what we got going on. I'm out of here. Y'all have a beautiful day.